Hey, welcome back to First Time. In this episode, I'll be talking about dating and knowing if they're right for you. So, may as well just qualify. I'm currently not dating, haven't been dating for a period of time. However, I have spent enough time dating, been exposed to enough dating stories to be relatively qualified on the topic. Not trying to come across as an expert either, just trying to give my perspective. So, stay tuned. There are different approaches to living your life, and everyone's going to kind of promote their own way of doing it. And sometimes in life, you can get lost and you don't know the right way to do it. And here you might be listening in to hear a different perspective. There are enough people out there who are looking for the right person, and we're in a society that praises perfectionism. There is a logic for that. The best musicians, the best artists, the best engineers, the best bookkeepers, or whatever it could be, the best bus driver. We love perfection, and it's probably really normal to want that in your own life. And meanwhile, no one's going to think they themselves are perfect. However, we sometimes might unconsciously think that the right person for us is our perfect. And you might say, well, my perfect isn't perfect, but it's still a form of perfectionism that isn't ideal. So, without getting too lost into it, I could easily tear apart my relationship and easily point out how we're not compatible. As I said in a previous video, like, if you're happy to be single, great. And you just want perfect or nothing, why not? And I think there's something really to be said for being happy being single, although being in a society where that is not what people strive for, it is an obstacle. However, the society we live in today is so much more unshackled than yesteryear, so cheers to that. But while I could have found 100 very convincing reasons why the person I'm with isn't right for me and why I'm not right for him, what works for me is the following. Number one, do I like me when I'm around them? And that's about really being comfortable, feeling like you can be yourself. But it's a little bit more than just those things. You do want to admire someone that brings something out of you that you like as well. Something that feels like might pique your curiosity, that you want to do more things with them. It's not just about being comfortable, it's about feeling confident and interested. So, yeah, most importantly is, do I like myself around them? Am I interested in this person? And here's a little caveat. You might come across someone, because I've been in this situation before, where I'm like, he's really good to me, I'm really good to him. I can see they're a complete asshole to other people, but it's not my problem. And I learned in time that eventually it's your turn. So, are they a good person? And that's it. In terms of whether are they a pessimist? Are they an optimist? Are they living in a fantasy world? Are they in the real world? Are they too cynical? Are they too optimistic? It can be factors. There's other little things, like someone might say, well, I feel like I can't talk to them. And that is something where it's like, yeah, you judge that. You might be like, I don't need someone to talk to. I've got a really good friend network I can talk to about everything. Those needs are getting met. So you don't have to share everything. I do feel like we see in the movies Mr. or Mrs. Right ticking all the boxes, the best friend, the everything, and I think it's a lot of pressure to put on one person. Bonus if you can. I mean, I'm in a relationship where we get along really well, but there's a lot of give and take. Like, I will do things that I would never normally do on my own, and I end up enjoying them because I enjoy the company with that person. And it's also a discovery of different things, and vice versa. They come along and do things that I suggest, and they seem to enjoy themselves as well. And it's about being kind of easygoing, going with the flow. But then if there's traits about that person that kind of annoy you or kind of turn you off at the beginning, like your gut tells you, not a turn on, not attractive, just like an ick or an ooh factor, sadly, in my experience, those things don't go away. I had an experience where I'm like, you know what, I just want to be with someone who's nice, and they were nice enough, but kind of deep down, like I wasn't drawn to, like straight away, like that I wanted to kiss them. Do you know what I mean? Like I never had that feeling in the beginning. And in the beginning, when I got kissed, I was kind of like, and I thought to go there and not trust my normal way of doing things, because I felt like I didn't trust my gut, because I thought, well, it led me here and it led me there, and I just thought, just go with someone who's nice, and that didn't work either. And you know what? Everyone's different. There could be someone nice that it would have worked with. The person that I'm currently with now, and it's been the most successful of my life so far, I couldn't read this person straight up. I really couldn't read them. I usually consider myself a good judge of character, but I'm like, wow, this guy's manners are so well polished. I can't tell if he's being polite or he's actually enjoying himself. Thankfully for me, he was actually enjoying himself, because I was really enjoying myself. But then again, I'm a little bit of a crazy romantic, because I saw this person's photo before we actually met, and I just kind of knew that this face, this photo, that smile was different from everything else. I was not going to approach it in at all the same way, and I didn't approach it all in the same way. Whether it's like a premonition or a level of clairvoyance, I kind of just knew. So that's how it worked for me. But yeah, I just think like sometimes you have to give people a chance. The foundations have to be good. Are they good to you? Can you tell that they're going to respect you, care about you? Physically, there's no ick factor. And do you feel good? And is there enough interest about them? All the other details, or they've got this or they've got that, or their lifestyle is different to my lifestyle, all those other factors are really, really secondary. And the amazing thing is, in my opinion, is that if you go there with your foundations in the right place, you're both going to change and grow together and find your rhythm together. So that is the beautiful thing, is that you can't work out the end of the path. You do need to take it a little step at a time. Make sure you've got the right shoes on, they're the right fit, and then you just walk that path and it'll work out. You'll get there. So just a bit of advice, works for me. It's kind of my philosophy. I'd really love to hear what is yours. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.